What's up guys, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another amazing tutorial. If you don't know me, I'm Ada and I'm a Nigerian sewing blogger. So today's tutorial is on how to sew a 6-piece skirt. I filmed a video on how to cut a 6-piece skirt. If you want to watch that video, just click the link in the description box and it will take you straight to that tutorial. And sewing a 6-piece skirt is something that is very easy. I think it's even easier compared to cutting a 6-piece skirt. So if you want to learn how to sew a 6-piece skirt like a pro, just keep watching, and please don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Like, you keep coming back for tutorials, why are you not subscribed to this channel? Why? Oh yeah, subscribe now. Yes, subscribe. Let's just jump into a tutorial on how to sew a 6-piece skirt.
So here are my individual pieces. This is the middle piece. That's my lining, my zip, my facing, my band. For the middle piece, I notched the center so I'll know where to measure when I'm marking out my measurement. So all I did here was I spread out 3 parts, making sure that the center piece I notched for each part is in the center, and I joined them side by side. Like, I joined them by the side. I joined the piece on the left side and on the right side to the center side, to the center piece, if you understand what I mean. I just joined all the sides together, yeah, like that. That way too. So this was what it looked like when I was done joining it, and I did this for the front and back bodies, front and back parts. I also repeated same thing for the lining. Secured them with a pin, and I took them over to my sewing machine and joined them side by side. I did this for the front and back part of the lining. So this was what it looks like when I was done joining it. When I was done with that, all I did was I laid the front part of the skirt, laid it back to back to the front side of the lining. So the front side of the skirt and the front side of the lining, they are both backing each other, and I secured each point with a pin. What I did here was I used the lining to turn over the hem of the skirt. When I turned it over, I ran stitches across the hem of the skirt and I top stitched, gave it a good press, and I was good to go. I made sure every point met each other. Like, I didn't want to make a mistake and later the lining will start jumping. So I was done pinning here. Yeah, so that's where I'm going to run my stitches across, using the lining to turn over the hem of the skirt. So this was how it looked like when I was done sewing. I turned it over, top stitched, gave it a good press, make sure it was crimped and well laid, and this was how it looked. Well laid on the skirt. So well, now this is how the front part looked. That was the back part. This is how the front part looked. So when I was done with that, I laid the skirt, I laid them the other way I did it the other time, back to back, both in the front side of both parts facing each other, back to back. So what I did here was I pinned them together, and I sort of marked out my measurement. Now remember that center part that I notched, that was what I used to determine my measurement here, because if you notice there's no zip allowance, there's no zip, so that center part I notched kind of helped me. So I marked out my waist measurement and my hips measurement. Then at that point where the flared sort of started from, I reduced my hip measurement by 1 inch and I marked it at that point. You can reduce yours at 1.5 inches, but I reduced mine at 1 inch so that it will give sort of an entrance for the curve of the flared. So that's the need for the reduction of that 1 inch when you're approaching towards where the flared extension started from. So I did this for both sides of the skirt. So I was trying to make sure that the measurement I took at the hem of the flare extension was equal on both sides. So what I did here was I marked, I think, about 1 inch or 1.5 inches, depending on you, depending on how much you want the end of your flared to show. But then you would want it to look a little in line with the other sides of the body, because even with the other flared in fold, it would still give the full flared extension, if you understand what I mean. Just make sure the measurement from where the flare started from to around the hem is almost the same. So this is what it looked like when I was done joining. I just took it over to my sewing machine. When I was done marking, I just took it over to my sewing machine and ran stitches on my measurement, on my marked out measurement. So when I was done, that point where this flared sort of started from, branched out from, I cut that side open, and this will help the flared relax well. If you don't slash it open, the flared won't balance well, it won't relax well. So when you're doing yours, remember to slash that part open. So when I was done with that, I took it over to my ironing ground. I don't have an ironing table. I do have an ironing table, but I didn't use it today. And opened up the sides. I did this for both sides of the skirt. Turned it over to the front. Gave it a good press. Made sure all my curves and everything was out. You know, my pressing iron really helped me out here. That's why you iron when you're sewing. So this is what it looks like when I was done ironing. The skirt was almost ready at this point. You can see the curves and the flared well put together. So from my waist region, I marked 8 inches downwards, and I opened it up with a razor blade. The reason for this opening is for the attachment of my zip, because if you notice, this skirt doesn't have a zip allowance in the middle of the back part. So I opened it up so I could attach my zip to that part. When I was done opening it up, I sewed the zip to that part of the skirt. Yeah, I sewed the zip to that part of the skirt, and around the waist side I sort of pushed in that bulge that was going to come out of the hips, and this is what it looked like when I was done. When I was done sewing the zip, I attached the band to the skirt. I attached one side of the band to the skirt. Attached one side of the band to the skirt, folded it, and top stitched. When I was done with that, I spritzed some water on the band and I kind of smoothed it out to make sure it's well laid, it's not puffy. I ironed it, gave it a really good press with my iron, and you really want to do this and make sure you do it with water because it will help the band relax. I was going over it over and over again till I was sure. I went over it over and over again till I was sure it was very relaxed. So this is the final look. Men and brethren, people of the world, this skirt took my heart, trust me. And if you don't know, I have a little secret. This is my first time making a 6-piece skirt. I'm not really a big fan, but right now I'm a believer. I would make another one, trust me, I will. This is how it looks.